Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Thank you all for being here. I'm Vicki O'Neill, the interim CEO at Hunger Free Colorado, and welcome to our 8th annual Hungry for Change Summit. We have a great agenda ahead of us today. We have Jeremy Everett here from the Texas Hunger Initiative. We have Alexis Waitman and Khadijah Haynes, who will update us on the blueprint to end hunger for Colorado. And we have a panel of experts from the Hunger Through My Lens Photo Voice Project. And at the request of many of you folks from last year's summit, we'll have plenty of networking time built in. So it's so nice to see so many familiar faces, faces that people I've gotten to know over the last 2.5 years with the organization. And a couple of you from my earlier days in Douglas County or El Paso County Human Services. So it's great to have you all here, and I appreciate you coming. If we haven't had the opportunity to meet yet, please feel free. I'd love to meet you and come up during the day and introduce yourself. So we have several organizations and people to express thanks and appreciation to. We'd like to give special thanks to our presenting sponsor, the MAD Friends. As you may already know, MAD stands for Making a Difference. And there's no question that this group of individuals has truly made a huge difference for Hunger Free Colorado and the thousands of people we serve each year. The MAD Friends give a tremendous amount of their time and service to Hunger Free Colorado in so many ways. For example, the people staffing the registration table this morning are MAD Friends, and they work in many other ways to make this event a success each year. We'd also like to thank our breakfast sponsors. Signature Windows and Brownstein Hyatt Farber Schreck are two organizations that have provided years of support to Hunger Free Colorado and are great partners to collaborate with. We are fortunate to have Ganile Hagan from Signature Windows and Kristen Stork from Brownstein as longtime members and leaders of our board of directors. We'd also like to thank Dairy Max, another supporter of this event and one of the breakfast sponsors today. Dairy Max was formerly known as the Western Dairy Association, a nonprofit dairy council representing more than 900 dairy farm families from Montana to Texas. Dairy Max operates with a focus on developing sustainable solutions in our communities. A key focus of the organization is supporting food access in schools through alternative breakfast models. Thank you, Dairy Max. And we're so grateful to the Cable Center for their contribution to the Hunger Summit and for making it so easy for us to hold the event in this beautiful space. And we appreciate the ongoing support of the Colorado Trust, a health equity leader in Colorado, and a regular sponsor of the summit. In addition to today's summit sponsors, there are many partner organizations providing a great deal of support to Hunger Free Colorado. We wouldn't be here today if it weren't for the tremendous support of these organizations. The Colorado Health Foundation, Kaiser Permanente, the Walmart Foundation, and the Food Research and Action Center, known as FRAC, the Colorado Department of Human Services, the Denver Post Season to Share at Gary Community Investments, the Piton Foundation at Gary Community Investments, the Denver Post Season to Share presented by DaVita, the Anschutz Foundation, the PepsiCo Foundation, the Love Family Fund, and the Denver Foundation. And I'd like to take a moment to give special recognition to the Colorado Health Foundation and the Colorado Department of Human Services. Their incredible partnership, collaboration, and support will allow us to expand our SNAP outreach and enrollment work to a statewide effort beginning on October 1st. We are so grateful to Alexis Waitman, Dara Hesse, Maribel Cifuentes of the Colorado Health Foundation, and Lena Wilson and Amanda Turkelson of the Colorado Department of Human Services for their support of our work and their tireless efforts to end hunger in Colorado. And a very special thank you to our board chair, Ganile Hagan, for his investment of time, energy, and hard work in leading Hunger Free Colorado's board and for his ongoing support. So the theme of the day seems to be transition. We are in a time of transition, certainly at Hunger Free Colorado, but also with the upcoming elections. It seems like we go through these cycles where nothing stays the same. Then there are those times that change can't happen fast enough. And I'm primarily thinking about the federal government as I say that. Let me start with a little update on leadership changes at Hunger Free Colorado. I've served in the interim role, the interim CEO role, since Kathy left in July. We all miss her a lot. We miss her amazing leadership, her partnership, and her vision. But she asked me to tell all of you hello, and that her wish remains that the organization continue making a deep impact. The Board of Hunger Free Colorado has been working with a recruiter since Kathy announced her departure in April, and the job is now posted online. So I'd appreciate it if you would all share it far and wide within your networks, as we want the best possible person in this role. In addition to the leadership changes, we are expanding. I mentioned earlier that the support of the Colorado Health Foundation and CDHS will allow our SNAP outreach and enrollment work to expand statewide. This expansion includes the addition of a rural enrollment manager who begins work with us on October 15th. We're collaborating with even more medical systems, more county human service departments, and many other community-based organizations, particularly in the western half of the state, with special attention to rural and mountain resort communities and counties where SNAP enrollment is low. And the Hunger Through My Lens project, the Photo Voice project we began 5 years ago, which provides a platform for experts in hunger, it is expanding to a larger effort that seeks to tell stories in many ways to many different audiences and to amplify the voice of those impacted by hunger. We're creating a large network in the applicant-to-advocate pipeline, and really excited to see where this is headed. On the policy front, we're constantly looking for ways to mitigate harmful policies and policies that are headed in the wrong direction. We often seem to spend as much time trying to talk legislators out of running bad bills than we do promoting good ones. Right now, we're working on the nutrition title of the Farm Bill. That's the behemoth legislation that gets reauthorized every 5 years. Well, theoretically, every 5 years. And the legislation is set to expire in 10 days. It establishes the rules and provides the funding for the largest federal nutrition programs like SNAP, WIC, and commodity programs like TFAP. Excuse me. We are deeply concerned about how additional work requirements in the proposed bill will unfairly harm those most in need. But there are many groups working on this. Boulder County, for example, is opposing the House version of the Farm Bill because it preempts local pesticide protections. So if you aren't already signed up for our legislative alerts, it's really easy to do, and it will keep everyone in the loop. There are also the FRAC alerts and Politico's morning ad. They're all really good, quick reads. There's an interesting movement happening on the national front. The National Retail Federation has launched the largest and best-funded anti-tariff campaign to date. It seeks to ensure that the narrative around the harm of a trade war is heard around the country. This is a great example of organizations being engaged in issues that are important to them and begs the question, how do we get behemoths like them to create the largest and best funded anti-SNAP cuts campaign? And of course we have elections in a few weeks. Anyone manage to escape that news? We'll be deciding on our next governor, state senate and house seats, along with U.S. congressional races and local elections like county commissioners. Why do we talk about elections at anti-hunger conferences? Because on the hunger front, we've all worked so hard in the past 9 years, we can't afford to elect anyone who doesn't support the work of ending hunger. We can't go backwards. 9 years ago, Colorado had the fastest growing rate of child poverty in the nation, and we ranked in the bottom 10 nationally in every single federal nutrition program. I'm pleased to tell you that today, Colorado has one of the lowest rates of hunger in the nation at 9.2%. Now, even one person being hungry is too many, but we need to acknowledge this great progress we've achieved. And yet I do want to flag for you that while the rate of hunger in Colorado is declining, it remains high in rural communities. It's around 14%. This is why we're dedicating more organizational resources to areas beyond the Denver metro. So after everybody votes, because we will all vote, yes, we'll have many new elected officials. They have a steep learning curve when they come into office, whether they're a new city council person or the governor of our state. And it's our responsibility to help onboard them. So think about ways that you and your organization can share your expertise with them and their staff. Invite them for a site visit during Thanksgiving or the winter holidays. Ask them to volunteer, to meet with your clients. Share the story of what is needed and the solutions that you see. Let them know you're counting on them to vote in the interest of people experiencing hunger. And let them know you'll be a resource to them. You can offer your insights when the issue of hunger comes across their desk, especially as it relates to a new policy or a piece of legislation. Everyone needs experts in their lives, and you are all the experts. So I will ask you to do 3 things. Help us spread the word about the CEO job posting. Vote and encourage others to vote. Invite newly elected officials to tour your organization to help them understand the issues, because we don't want more people experiencing hunger. And now I am so pleased to introduce to you our keynote speaker of the day, Jeremy Everett. Jeremy is a great example of getting work done across party lines. He's the founder and executive director of the Texas Hunger Initiative, which is housed within the Graduate School of Social Work at Baylor University in Waco, Texas.